and you're joined to us at Worldwide Sim Racing, and it is the final round of the WSR feeder series for the WSR Formula World Championship Feeder Series Championship. That was redundant, so that was slightly ruined. But I'm joined today by WSR U semifinal. Be joined today by WSR Fluffinata in just a few moments. I'm glad to have you with us today. We're at Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix, and I think it's going to be very interesting as for the last race of the season.
What can I say, man? This is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited. We got 8 guys here right now. Element and Damien are within 10 points. We got a 171 to 161 finale right now. Look, talking about what's going on with with the actual in real life championship. Mercedes is over here saying, "Oh, we're gonna finally let these guys race." Why? Well, we have the constructors championship buttoned up. Okay. This is a good race here. I like this. I'm excited to see Bottas and Hamilton race. I'm excited to see Element and Damien race too. That's why I'm saying that. It feels kind of like that. Like I feel like these guys are going to push it really hard to see if Damien can take over the win. What a comeback that would be, huh?
It would be really awesome. Of course, Element 10 at 171 points and Damien at 161 points. Just 10 points separating them. A few instances in this race could decide how this goes. Of course, though, you got to survive Spawn. This is not exactly the easiest track to get right. I mean, especially Eau Rouge and Radion, you can really lose the car and then it's over. So these guys are going to want not only to get onto their highest possible qualifying position, but to stay alive during the race. It's a 50% race around here. We're in a short qualifying session. We're just about 60 minutes through. Damien Carroll is the first man out on track to start his first qualifying lap. He's on the out lap right now, warming up his tires in that all-red car, as he has done so throughout the entire season. Again, Damien Carroll in second position in the championship. He's guaranteed a spot in the championship, but I want to really talk about Scar Logan and Chill Mo. Scar Logan and Chill Mo also separated, and oh, what? Scar Logan's left the session.
That's probably a glitch that happened a couple weeks ago, too.
I hope he can be able to join back, because I'm going to reiterate now. Scar Logan and Chill Mo are separated by, I think it's 7 points, if I'm not mistaken, or it's something very close to that. We're looking on board of Chill Mo right now, who is sporting an all orange and white livery.
8 points.
8 points. So 8 points in that championship standing. That is, of course, the final championship position in third place for a guaranteed spot. Now, we do have a few other people that will be moving up for owner's discretion, who owner/admin discretion, who we think is ready as well to move up into the main series. But for that final guaranteed position, Chomo and Scar Logan are going to be battling it out, because those are the final 2 spots. Very exciting. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. And not too sure who that was for. Let's ride on board of Damien Carroll, who's going down the Camel Straight before braking hard into the chicane. Coming up till Sector 2 right now. A lot of these turns downhill, very hard to get your braking zones right and keep the amount of grip. Now coming down, this turn is so difficult, but it seems Damien got it right on the money, as he normally does. And now coming into Sector 2, another very dangerous area to swing the car around, making sure not to clip the curb, or you can spin the car around. Scar Logan is back in the session, thank goodness. So hopefully he won't be able to qualify, unfortunately, so it's a little bit of a challenge for him. But now coming around into Sector 3. And let's see what he can do. And going a little wide and had the lift off, or else he would have gone into the gravel. So not the best of laps in the third sector now, as he's going to go flat out through all these sections here. And he seems to have lost a little bit of downforce, and almost feels like he's taking these turns and he's not exactly being as super swift through them. But through the bus stop chicane, That was a little bit better, and he's going to come across the line. What's the time going to be? It's going to be a 1:45.835, and that's not exactly going to be the fastest time of the day that we'll see, so I think it can definitely go a lot better than that. Viger is about to set his first lap as he's going
Element
through.
is on sector 2.
I still have Element just beginning sector 2. That might have been Catastrophic. Catastrophic's coming in through sector 3 right now. He'll be the first man to cross the line for the next lap. Viger's going down Camel Straight in a very, very patriotic livery is all I can say about that one. Chilmo now coming into sector 3. Catastrophic goes into the pits. He had wing damage, so I think that was that yellow flag we had earlier. Element 10 now, the next man to cross the line. We'll see what he can do. Catastrophic did not set a time, so coming up to the bus stop chicane and outbraking himself as Element 10, and he really bundles the last chicane. And let's see what he can do. Still crossing the line, and it is still going to be pole position, despite braking too late
And
into the
mediums.
bus stop. On mediums, still sets pole position. And if that doesn't tell you the pace in the first and the second sector, and pretty much the third sector as well, except for the final chicane, then I don't know what does. Element 10 dialed in right now for pole position. And Chilmo sets a 1:47.010. And now Viger is about to cross the line, coming out of the bus stop chicane. DRS activated. Let's see what he can do. It's a 1:46.084. That's going to put him in third position, ahead of Chilmo, behind Damian Carroll. Scarlogan LPC is actually going to be in qualifying, which is awesome, so he'll be able to challenge for higher up positions. Scarlogan, he can keep it alive. He just has to stay consistent. That's really been the detriment for him in this season, is good qualifying, not so good race. So if he can put together a good qualifying and a good race, then I think he'll be able to keep that third position. But Chilmo has been very impressive in the second half of the season, and he's put together some really awesome performances, so I think it will be quite all right.
Yeah, look, I gotta say, if Scar can get his way through the field here... Oh, look, he's going to be able to qualify. All right, well, look, let's see what he does. I'd like to watch this whole lap here. See how he gets around with nobody around him. See what his track in apex speeds.
We're going on board of him right now, getting a pretty good exit out of turn 1. That's a really hard corner, in fact. Now coming up to Air Rouge.
Here.
Clipping a little bit of the curb, not too much. Pretty good run through there. About to activate DRS up to the Camel Straight. A little jittery on the wheel there, though. Not exactly smooth. Now braking hard and late. Looking pretty good so far. And missed the apex a little bit there, and a little bit of a snap of understeer. Now braking a little bit too hard, I'd say. He did keep on the apex, but killed a lot of momentum. And I had a little bit of a skip there. Now coming up and through sector 2, goes way a little too wide on that turn there, but that won't cost you too much time. Braking hard, clipping that curb a little bit again. That's a little dangerous. The curbs can really spin you if you're not too careful.
Yeah, these curbs are a monster. If you hit the wrong one, any of them when you're full throttle, like the downhill left, if you clip the inside on either apex, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
You clip any of them,
I've spun a few too many times
hump.
Around there. Yeah, the hump curbs are the big ones that you have to worry about. The flat ones you can get away with, but the hump curbs are a little dangerous. It's going to be Scarlogan coming around to complete his first lap. It seemed to be a pretty good lap, dialed in. Let's see what he's going to do, and it's going to be pole position, a 1:44.588.
Good for you, Scar. Hell yeah.
Scarlogan on provisional pole position. Of course, Element 10 still yet to set another lap, and he did only set his lap on mediums. So We'll see what he can
That's
do
still
on softs.
7/10. That's a 7/10 gap. I understand that Element is really fast, but at least I think that can give him a top 2 row start for sure, no matter
Also,
what.
do
From here
keep in
on.
mind that Element 10 did bottle the last chicane. I do apologize for the technical difficulties. There's a lot of background noise.
So yeah, he did.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're joined now by WSR Fluffinutta, who is going to be joining us for the rest of the race. Glad to have you on commentary tonight as somebody gets out of the way for, well, to be Scar Logan, though he is done with his laps. WSR Fluffinutta, we're in the final stage of the WSR Feeder Series to decide the championship. That championship only by 10 points between first and second place. It's going to be a shootout around Spa-Francorchamps. Are you excited for this final round of the championship?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the finals of this, man. This is something I was looking forward to for the last couple of days, especially when I found out that these guys are so close to the win. I was super excited about it.
Scar Logan is on provisional. Ooh, and he crashes.
Oh,
no. That's not going to cost him too much, but he crashed coming into the pit lane. And I don't know what he's doing sitting there. He finally gets into the... it didn't look like he got wing damage, though, so not too many issues for him. Element 10 still in the pits. And let's see. Damian Carroll is on another lap. Let's see what he can do. It's going to be a 1:45.210. It is faster than Element 10. Again, Element 10 is not setting another lap, though, so we suspect that it will go faster. He did bottle the last chicane, so that's that's at least 3 or 4 tenths of a second. Yeah, about half a second, I would say.
yeah, even he really did butcher that turn.
But Damian Carroll is on the second row, the first row of the grid, actually, alongside Scar Logan LPC.
It's what I like to see right now, to be honest with you. We got Damian Carroll, who, you know what, if something happens and this is the way they qualify, hey, I got to say, this is looking good for Damian. He's got to be ahead of Element, and if he can start ahead of him, that's good. That's pretty good.
Very good. Viger is in 4th position. Pretty good starting position for him. Viger has not had the best of luck in the races. And, of course, if we do remember and recall, there was penalties put out for the race in China. They thankfully got through it in Japan. Chomo had a great race in Japan. So
yeah, he really did.
They really persevered through. There hasn't been any problems since then. Hopefully there's no problems today as well. Catastrophic into the pits. Not happy with the lap.
Catastrophic had some damage on his front wing. He's missing the left
more front wing damage. He had front wing damage in his first time out. And Chomo blows the chicane after the Camel Straight. He's on his outlap right now. He's letting a few drivers through, and that looked to be... That was Scar Logan LPC who was on an outlap right now. Damian Carroll now coming into the pits. There's almost only 4 minutes left in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. My name's WSRX. You're joined by WSR Used to Be Flying and WSR Fluffinutta. It is the WSR Feeder Series. It's the final round in the championship. And I'm very, very excited to be calling this race for you today.
I just saw a serious jump, I guess a lag spike by Scar Logan. I'm watching Chilmo's feed right now, and he came up on Scar, and Scar disappeared, and I had to go look to see if Scar was still on track, so I looked at his camera. He was a good quarter of a mile up the road.
Very interesting. It is Scar Logan who is just about to set his next lap as his brakes are glowing red hot as he comes onto the start-finish straight. And now he will begin his lap. And, yep, Scar Logan is really jittering around the track a little bit, at least on my end. I don't know about you.
Yeah, a little bit.
It is really dangerous with the jittering because it can actually affect your race. You start to get a little cautious as Damian Carroll is on an out lap right now. Behind him would be Chill Mo. But Chill Mo is not setting a lap time. And he definitely can't set one because Damian Carroll is sitting right at the apex. I don't know if... I think he might have just decided to stop there. And Scar Logan... And now Catastrophic with another crash in Sector 2. Front wing is damaged, and Catastrophic cannot catch a break. He set one lap throughout this entire qualifying. It's another crash. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but that speaks a lot in volumes for your consistency in this race if you can't set qualifying times.
It's going to be really difficult for him to get around here. I have a feeling that it's one of the few corners that... There's 3 corners on this track that if you don't know how to get around them, if you try to push yourself during a race and you don't practice beforehand, you're going to spin. Period.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
I would say Radion's one of them.
The downhill left is
the downhill left.
You're going to clip one of those and the final chicane. If you think you're going to late break the final chicane or clip the apex all hard, you're going to catch penalties. Here you go, Mo.
Mo coming up now. Scar Logan behind him. So Scar Logan might benefit from a little bit of slipstream, though it would be minor. Coming in the turn 1. I gotta say, I do really like that orange and white paint job on Chomo's car. Looking really feisty today as he gets ready to fight for 3rd position in that championship standings.
He's got a 146, a low 146 in him for sure.
Let's see what he can do.
With him today. I've seen it.
Chomo coming up through the Camel Straight, going to reach upwards of 210 miles an hour before braking hard into the chicane and missing the apex a little bit, but not too bad. Flicking it and then flicking it again into the turn and running up on the grass a little bit there, but not too much going on, and staying close to the wall. That's really good through there.
Nice exit, Mo.
And running up on the curb a little bit, but no problem there. You can run up on there now. Making sure not to clip the corner. And a little wide, but it's okay. It's okay. You can run wide because you're taking so much speed, but I think it's going to be good nonetheless. Now braking hard again into the next chicane and keeping on the apex of those corners very well. Now coming around there. Qualifying is over. All laps at this point are going to be their final. And it's 7/10 down for Chomo in Sector 2. Viger goes fastest. It's a 144.378. Fastest man on track at the moment. Scar Logan LPC is behind him, and Viger is retired from the session, preferably so. Damian Carroll now will come across the line, and he will be...
Come on, Mo.
It's only 2nd fastest for Damian Carroll, not on pole position. Element 10 is... Let's see what Chomo can do. It's only 5th fastest. Scar Logan goes 3rd fastest. Element 10 now is able to set another lap, but he's not... He doesn't have his DRS open. I think Element 10 might be aborting this lap. It's only 4th position for him. Chomo setting donuts. I don't really know why. I mean, you only got 5th in quality. He got 5th in quality.
That's a good lap.
Yeah,
His best lap with me was a 146.1. He did a 145.8 in an actual race.
So very close to, not only that, very close to Element 10. Of course, Element 10 has not set a lap, but Element 10 does not have ERS on as far as I can see.
No, he aborted it.
He's aborting the lap, and that means Element 10 is only going to get 4th position. Damian Carroll is in 2nd, and that plays big into the championship standings. The Deck 91 in 6th, Catastrophic in 7th, Fallen Monkeys all the way down in 8th position. And let me tell you this, though, ladies and gentlemen, Viger 1990, a dark horse in this qualifying, he gets on pole position.
Noah, we gotta get Fluffinutter's opinion here. How about that qualifying, huh?
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was watching Damian Carroll's lap throughout the race, and he struggled a lot with almost every single apex on every turn. But for me, I feel like Element 10 starting in 4th is more a strategic move than anything else, because as we all know, it's extremely hard to win from pole, and he's going to be 4th place, so he's going to catch something going up that hill. So more than likely, he will be in the front by, I'd say, about 5 or 6 laps into this race.
I think that's a little bit of a bold statement, but we'll see what he can do.
I like it. I like it. What can I say? I think that right there is a prediction, and I have to say, Crofty would be proud.
Well, considering Crofty only cares about strategies, I guess he would be proud.
He would be proud, I have to say.
Well, we'll see what happens. Nonetheless,
Element
qualifying
only
is
qualified
over.
on mediums, right?
Nope. Yeah. No, he did. He did. No, it was. You're right.
Did he
didn't
set a hot lap
No,
on
he did
softs?
not. He did not set a hot lap on softs.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He's going to go mediums to softs, and he's going to smoke everyone at the end.
Yeah, that's exactly why he did that last lap on soft tires with no DRS or ERS. He was more checking the pace of that tire rather than actually trying to set a fast lap, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll see. I mean, again, anything can happen on the first lap. Element 10 is sitting there in 4th position. Anything can happen. Strategies are nice, but ultimately it matters if you can race. Element 10, of course, can race.
You better get around the track.
It's all in if you can survive or not.
And here are your standings. Viger 1990 on pole position. Damian Carroll in 2nd. Scar Logan LPC is in 3rd. Element 10 in 4th position, followed by Chomo in 5th position. The Deck 91 in 6th. Catastrophic in 7th. And Phone Monkeys rounding off the grid in 8th. I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 not separated by all that much. I think it's going to be a really close race at the front. I'm really excited to see how this plays out.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Just loading into the standings.
Yeah,
all the drivers are on the grid.
Moment. I'd like to say, Chill Mo, what a great lap. That guy's come pretty far, and you know what, Drew, I really appreciate the fact that you take the time out to practice with these guys. You know, we all try to practice with them and try to help them out because we want to see every single one of them succeed. So it's really good to see that he put that practice forth onto the actual qualifying and did a great lap.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't, dude. For him to pull, that's why I was watching him. I was pumping my fist in the air as he's coming around the last corner.
And formation lap about to begin, and no, the race begins. There's no formation lap. Wasn't set in the lobby. Viger is about to get going, and this has been a really weird start. Oh my goodness! There's huge spins in the beginning, and Damian Carroll is off track. Already dangerous disaster for him as Element 10 still in 4th position. Damian Carroll, though, only in 3rd position. Viger 1990 is in 1st position, and he's going really wide through there. All the drivers seem to get through well, and no, Deck 91 has crashed on there, and there's a virtual safety car deployed on the Camel Straight. And Catastrophic gets hit with a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Chomo.
Yeah, that'll go down in the books as a Drew mistake, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be me. There was no formation lap, so any penalty that was incurred on the start is going to be null and void. So,
virtual safety car is deployed. This is not a regular safety car, so the cars will keep the relative gap that they had with the cars in front of them. Thankfully, despite the collision, there's no serious damage on Chomo's car. But it is Viger who keeps 1st position. Scar Logan is in 2nd. Damian Carroll is... Oh, look at this. They're racing now, and it's a good restart for Damian Carroll. He goes on the inside of Scar. Oh, my goodness, there's a huge crash. And Damian Carroll is out of this race. The championship is over as it stands. Element 10, no matter where he finishes, he would finish ahead of Damian Carroll. There was a big damage restart there. Scar Logan, I believe he has damage as well. No, he didn't. He gets scathed clean there, but Damian Carroll making an overtake on Scar Logan LPC, going too wide, and this race is over for Damian Carroll. He will not be the WSR Feeder Series champion. Element 10 is your champion of the WSR Feeder Series, and it's been decided on lap 2.
Wow, what a restart that was. I can't believe that. It looked like they were going to get off with speed and it was going to be great. And then it was just a disaster.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I was looking forward to the Damian Carroll and Element 10 battles, but again, I didn't have much confidence in Damian, considering the fact that he wasn't doing too good on the laps that I saw him on. So to see him crash, I was not surprised. It's very unfortunate, but that means that Element 10 is your champion. So no matter what happens today, Element 10 will be crowned the Feeder Series champion.
And it's still well-deserved, nonetheless.
Oh, you have to say, he did a great job this season. He's been very consistent.
But it's not over yet. Viger 1990 still challenging to see if he can be a race winner in the WSR Feeder Series. How that would be awesome for him. Element 10 will have to chase him down, though. It's not the easiest to chase down around this track, as Fallen Monkeys is plus half a second behind Catastrophic. Catastrophic seems to be slowing up a little bit. And let's ride on board with Fallen Monkeys. He's getting a good run up on Catastrophic. Catastrophic doing everything he can do, weaving around. Is there going to be a move on the bus stop chicane? It would be a late braking dive. Let's see. No. Looks on the inside, but a little bit too far back. Stays behind Catastrophic, but it's going to be DRS activated on this lap. Scar Logan is in last position, so at the moment, though, this is really good news for Chill Mo. He will capture third position based on where he is right now in the championship. Scar Logan had a horrid start.
What a monstrous comeback in this series, Noah. What a great comeback.
Catastrophic got a terrible run through Radion, and here we go. Fallen Monkeys makes a good overtake on... Is it over? Yes, it's over for him, and he gets the move done and dusted. Catastrophic will slot behind him. Scar Logan has a lot of stuff, has a lot to do. He's 2 seconds behind. Viger 1990 is in first, but Element 10 is chasing him down. It's 6/10 separating them. And man, what a start. What a start to this race. And it's all over, though. Damian Carroll is out of the championship. Unfortunate for him. But nevertheless, we'll get along with this race, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to make sure to tune in at 9, I believe it's 9 o'clock. Yep, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the 2020 series reveal. It's up on the YouTube channel right now. You can schedule a reminder for yourself to watch that, and make sure to watch what's coming to WSR in 2020. We have some really exciting racing coming to you. Element 10, though.
I'm rubbing my hands together right now. No, I'm so excited.
Element 10 is in the slipstream area now. DRS will be activated on the Camel Straight, going up through Radion. Viger 1990 is doing everything he can, but is futile. Look at the straight line speed on Element 10's car, and he's coming close. Viger 1990, all he can do is watch a late braking move by Element 10, and look at the battling going on, and Viger stays ahead of Element 10 just. It's good racing by these two drivers. A little bit of a switchback maneuver by Element 10. He tried to get around it, but nothing doing it. But Element 10 still in the slipstream of Viger 1990. This battle is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, and look to be Fallen Monkeys. Fallen Monkeys and Catastrophic have dropped down. Scar Logan has jumped to 4th position, so something must have happened. Because Scar Logan all of a sudden has jumped himself in the 4th position. That doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know why all of a sudden he was able to make that move.
And I don't know, Catastrophic is 20. Oh, he must have pitted. Yeah, he pitted.
Okay, so he pitted. Fallen Monkeys is 1 second behind Scar Logan LPC. So not the best of looks now for the championship for Chomo. At the moment, I don't believe that would be enough to evade the 8-point gap.
He needs 2 positions.
Element 10 now in the slipstream of Viger. Not the best bus stop chicane. Braking hard in the turn 1. It's crucial getting good exits out of there. Viger got a great exit. Element 10 also got a good exit. Going down towards Radion, 9/10 of a second separate them. Going up through Radion, Upper Rouge, and look to be Viger who almost lost the car into the wall. And that's going to pay big dividends for Element 10, though. I think it's a little bit too far back, and there's going to be no move made down the Camel Straight. He'll brake very hard, but absolutely nothing doing it. A little bit too far back to be making any moves. As Element 10 now looking for avenues to get around Viger 1990. It's a good battle for 1st and 2nd position, and it looked to be Viger who didn't have a good run through there as Element 10 has really closed the gap up here. I don't think you're going to be making any overtakes around here. We'll just make sure to stay off the curb there as they do just that. Getting close, but no cigar for the curbs. Now coming around the final chicane, well, not the final chicane, the final few chicanes. And Element 10 is dialed in, but he's not able to catch up to Viger. Viger is finding the pace in certain corners that Element 10 isn't, and Element 10 is not able to mount a huge challenge. But now the gap is only about half a second. There's a little bit of a slipstream. Element 10 is in that slipstream. I think he'll be a little bit too far back to making a move anytime soon. And he brakes just before the 100-meter board. And again, blows the chicane a little bit, but then I think Viger himself had not too great of a run through there. Is now coming down the main straight, and nope, not a great exit for Element 10. Braking hard into turn 1. Let's see what that gap's going to be. If it's around, and no, it was not a good exit for Viger. It's only 0.6 of a second. Now coming up Bear Rouge, up to the top of Radion. It was a good run for both drivers, but I think this might be futile. The slipstream is inactivated. DRS is activated. And no, Element 10 can only do and watch. Not close enough on this run to be making a move. This is a titanic battle for that position. But now Viger has had a bad run. And Viger 1990 will be under pressure from Element 10 through most of the last parts of this lap. Again, Viger, though, has a few corners where he's able to catch some pace that Element 10 has not discovered yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Fallen Monkeys is into the pits, and is that the hard compound tire? And yes, it is. It's a hard compound tire for Fallen Monkeys, and I got to question that because that's a really hard tire to get. I know, redundant much, but it really is hard to get around there with that tire. The grip is not exactly fantastic around here. We'll have to wait and see if that pays dividends for Fallen Monkeys. I believe he'd be able to get till the end of the race on that hard tire. It will be a bit of a stretch, but he could possibly do it. So Fallen Monkeys going for the long one stop, but I think it would be a bit of a stretch. We're on lap 6 of 22 right now. A quite short race around here. Of course, it is a long track, but the laps don't go by that slow. As Viger kept alive through that lap, but it is going to be very difficult to defend against Element 10. Let's see what that gap is going to be out of the bus stop. It's only going to be about 0.5 of a second.
Let's not forget, Noah, that Element 10 is using medium tires.
Yep, but that means Viger's tires are going to be starting to die off pretty soon as Chill Mo gets hit with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, and that's going to put Scar Logan provisionally ahead of him right now. That is not good for Chill Mo concerning the championship. But now, here comes Element 10. DRS activated, move made. He gets ahead of him. Will Viger challenge on the inside or the outside? No. Element 10 takes the lead of the race. And again, the championship is sealed. No matter what happens, Element 10 could quite frankly bend into a wall at max speed, and it wouldn't matter because he would be the champion of the WSR Feeder Series. WSR Fuffinado, what can we get on strategy concerning Fallen Monkeys? He's on the hard compound tire. Do you think he can make it till the end of the race? We don't have anything available from Fluffin at the moment. Hopefully we can get back with him soon. What about you, Semi-Flying? Do you think that hard compound tire is going to get Fallen Monkeys till the end?
I think so. I think he'll be able to make it work. He's not going to have any pace at all. He's going to be turning, 1 minute, 50-second laps, 52-second laps.
And that gap is starting to increase. Viger 1990 is in second, but he's falling back a little bit, so not able to keep that pace up. But Scar Logan LPC, to add insult to injury, the Cho Mo, who has given him the opportunity, he is getting very close. And that is a pit stop for Cho Mo. Let's see what tire he puts on. He's on the softs, so I presume he would go to mediums. See what he can do. It is the medium compound tire going on. Scar Logan is still on that soft compound tire. He is in third position. So we'll see. Scar Logan has to put in a really good lap. See what he can do.
This is his push lap right now. He's going to have to put the best lap into the race for himself. He needs
16 seconds that gap right now. Let's see what the gap's going to end up being. It will take a little bit to update. 17 seconds showing up now. That's not enough at the moment. And is that it? That might be it.
18 and a half. Mo's going to have to keep it under 22.
It's only 18 seconds, so it's not enough for a clean way pit stop for Scar Logan. Chomo would get ahead of him. But Scar Logan has to have a blistering lap. I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, let's keep in mind those mediums are not up to temperature yet, so a little bit of time will be made up by Scar Logan LPC. He's on that soft compound tire, which is evidently probably going out. And Fall Monkeys hits with a 3-second time penalty. Not going to help at all for him. 18.9 seconds that gap. Still not big enough.
19. Yeah, come on, Mo. Keep it down.
Scar Logan LPC, we would think, would pit right now. We'll see what he does.
Nope.
And nope. Well, I think he just blundered himself there, to be quite frank with you. I have no idea why he didn't pit there, because now it's only going to get harder unless he really thinks he can. But he is going to get ahead of Viger, who's into the pits right now. And Viger puts on the medium compound tire. So, but Chomo had a bad run through.
Very bad.
Very bad. Now it's 26 seconds. It's 21 seconds now, but still that. Now it's 19 seconds. Okay, so it's just calculating gaps. Did a little odd. Viger stays in third, though. Chomo didn't jump Viger in the pits. And that's not going to help him.
Got out. No, it's not. But it's only... Scar will come out in fourth.
Yep. Of course, Chomo can, of course, have a terrible lap, but we hope that doesn't happen. We'll see what happens as Element 10 is in the lead of this race. Lap 9 of 22. 10.3 seconds ahead of Scar Logan LPC, who would love to finish on the podium. Right now, championship standings not looking good for Scar Logan, but again, he'll end up in fourth position after the pit stops, and that would mean with two places up, he should be able to take third position in the championship. But again, there's a 3-second time penalty looming for Chomo. So he had a corner cuts in a few too many places, and Scar Logan Sorry, I'm looking at that was Element 10. Let's see what Scar Logan does now. Is he going to go into the
Oh,
pits?
he's
No,
staying out.
still no pit stop. Really stretching that soft compound tire's lifespan. And I don't know if this is the right move. The gap's now only 17 seconds behind Chill Mo. And Catastrophic gets hit with a 3-second time penalty himself. And Scar Logan, I question this strategy.
I think this is a mistake.
I think this is a mistake too. Those soft compound tires have definitely got to be in their last final stages of life. If they got any pace left in them, it'd be a very small amount.
Yeah, no,
They
I'm
have to
checking the
be at
pace
least
now of
40%.
yeah, I checked the pace now of him, and he's running. His last lap was a 150.3, so he's running at the pace of the hard compound tires at the moment.
I'm not sure what Scar Logan's doing of strategy right now. I think it would be best if he went to the pits right now, but we'll see what he does. To be fair, it's again now it's 17 seconds that gap about. Viger dropped back a little bit.
Fluffernutter, what do you think about the race so far?
Oh, it's eventful, I'll tell you that much. But it seems like strategy will be the winner here, unless somebody loses their consistency and manages to crash. But right now, I have a feeling that these hard compound tire guys aren't really going to be able to make up much, considering the fact that the mediums, at their worst, will be running around the same pace as the hards once they are hitting their section as well.
And Element 10 is in first position. Let's see what Scar Logan does now. Finally, will he pit? No. Still no pit stop for Scar Logan.
Good Lord.
I have never... I don't really know what type of strategy he's going for now. This is an overcut by a country mile for Scar Logan LPC, but is that going to work? I don't really think it is, because now those tires, they got to be screaming.
Well, believe it or not, he just ran a 149 on that last lap on the soft compound tires.
He's not pushing either. He's in 1 ERS.
Yeah.
2.
I think it's pace. His pace has been phenomenal throughout the race so far. So I'm guessing his pace is what's actually keeping him ahead of the guys, and that's why he's keeping those tires on for as long as he is.
He will have the best set of mediums till the end of the race, of course, but again, is that really going to matter too much? I mean, when you get into those dying laps, the pace is not all that better.
You need to be very close to the driver ahead of you in order for a move that's going to give you better tires at the end to mean anything. And if you're not going to be within 5 seconds on the last 3 or 4 laps, 5 laps, not even. You need to be within like 2 seconds. Otherwise, it doesn't matter, because the gap you're pulling back from having newer tires isn't 2-3 seconds a lap, unless the guy ahead of you is all over the road.
Sector 3 now is Scar Logan LPC. It's lap 11. I would have to think now would be a time to pit, but then again, we thought about that for the past 5 laps, so we'll see what he decides to do now. And nope, there is no pit stop for Scar Logan LBC. He's going to extend his time, but now it's getting really bad. It's a 9-second gap for Viger, and it's an 8-second gap for Chill Mo, and this is now it's really crucial. I think he has to make that pit stop as soon as possible.
I think he's going to pit this lap. He's got 4 ERS on. He hasn't
unless he's not watching the gaps. Unless he's not watching the gaps between the drivers. Chill Mo is only 7 seconds behind Viger, who's 9 seconds behind, so now 8 seconds, but still it's a 17-second gap. Just about.
Can we talk about how Element 10 just decided to say see you later?
Yeah, well, I think after that battle with Viger, I think it was going to be done and dusted, and Scar Logan is going to be doing absolutely nothing against him on those used soft tires. So Element 10, I think, is in cruise control right now, as they would say. 2 drivers out of this race. Sorry.
No, I
Pavanetta?
was gonna say, Scar Logan seems like he's not paying attention to the gaps at all because in the last 2 laps he's lost almost 2 seconds to Element 10, and Viger has gained about 8/10 of a second.
We've lost 2 drivers in this race. Deck 91 crashed in the very beginning up Arouge to Radion. Damien Carroll crashed on the safety car restart, and that sealed the championship. As Fallen Monkeys, another 3-second time penalty. The bottom 2 drivers are separated by quite a lot.
Is all over the grass.
Scar Logan LPC now finally going into the pits.
That was a very questionable entry.
Questionable indeed.
And there goes Viger, and Chomo will follow. It's the medium compound tires. And there goes Chomo, ahead of Scar Logan LPC. And what's the gap? It is
1 second, 1.5 seconds.
I think it'll be a little bit more than that. Yep. It's not, but it's not the gap that Chomo needed, because technically Scar Logan's ahead of Chomo regarding
3-second penalty, yeah.
the 3-second penalty. So this is sort of worked out for Scar Logan because of that penalty, which I think he might know about that. I don't know if he knows about that penalty. I don't think you can find out about that as a driver.
You could pause your game, but that would be against regulations.
That would be dumb because you would go slow. Element 10 is in first position. He's 23 seconds ahead of Viger 1990. And Element 10, he started on those medium tires, I believe, correct? So he's still going. Or did he pit? No, he didn't pit yet. So he still has to make a pit stop. And I would assume he'd go on the soft compound tire, though I think he's going to wait a little bit because those tires will run out. Let's look at that. And nope, he is the only man who has not made a pit stop in this race yet. The gap is 23.4 seconds. And let's see what he can do. Viger 1990 is still in a position to regain the lead of the race right now. It would be a very, very slim chance, though. It's 23 seconds, that gap. So really, all Element has to do is get a good pit stop, but he gets a bad one.
Viger,
3-second penalty. Forget I said that. So Element 10 would, well, he'd get ahead of him, and you never know what happens in battling. Anything can happen. So Element 10, I think Element 10 would be keen to pit this lap.
Yeah, I would pit now if I was Element 10 for sure. He's coming up on only 8 laps of soft tire use, and they're going to be at their peak between laps 2 and 7.
Well, honestly, to debunk that theory, let me tell you something. The last 6 or 7 laps, Element 10 has kept it under 150. He's hit 149 consistently, 148 here and there. So
but he's losing time. But he's losing time to Viger. Viger's going faster. Now it is about to get to 24 seconds, but again, it's only going to drop off from here. Those medium tires are not going to last that long. And yep, as predicted, he is going to go into the pits. 24 seconds just as he goes into the pit lane. So this is going to literally be right on the wire.
Man, this is going to get intense.
Let's see how good this pit stop is. Soft compound tires on, and it's about as good as it gets for a pit stop. Viger now is coming on the main straight. Element 10 is at the end of the pit lane, and I think Element 10 has gone away with it. Yes, he has.
Yes, he has. That overcut did it.
Keeps it. Viger not able to answer.
That's how long that pit stop took. 16-something seconds.
So very good for Element 10. He kept the he kept the position, and he's 6 seconds ahead of Viger 1990. He's on new softs. I think this is a runaway for Element 10.
and Chill are fighting.
They are fighting, but well, they aren't fighting much because Scar Logan had an easy overtake on Chill Mo, and he's in the 3rd position. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I think that might seal the deal for Chill Mo. And but Scar Logan could have killed it right there as he ran up on the sand a little bit there. That could have been pretty bad.
Scar has had issues with consistency, let's not forget, as has Mo.
We shall see. As Scar Logan is on the podium right now. Viger 1990 is in 2nd. Element 10 is in 1st. Chill Mo is in 4th. Catastrophic is all the way 50 seconds back in 5th. And Fallen Monkeys has been a non-factor despite trying that hard compound tire strategy. It's not been the best of races for him.
I agree with you, I have to say.
We're on lap 16.
This has not been great for anybody, really, except for Element 10.
And
Mo's
Viger.
doing pretty well.
Viger's doing good as well.
Yeah, Viger's doing well. I like the livery he has, Viger.
Viger, yeah. It's a little patriotic, I think earlier.
I'm loving it. Like, what can I say?
Well, I gotta tell you, my favorite one today, though, was Chill Mo's delivery. That's absolutely stunning. I love that. But you don't like orange.
Chill did a good job.
Do you like orange or no?
Fluff?
The color,
yeah,
orange.
I do.
Well, I wasn't asking you, but you know.
Oh, well, I thought you were. I like orange, but you know, I'm not the biggest fan of orange. I'm a bigger fan of red and blue
and white. That's why he likes the Viger livery so much. We're trying here, guys. We're trying to create some commentary. We're in the dying laps of this race, lap 16 of 22. Let's get a little excited here, guys, because this is going to be the first championship crowned in WSR, and we've come a long way as worldwide sim racing, and it's really awesome that we're going to be able to crown our first champion.
Oh boy, this is awesome! I'm really excited. I'm also excited to make the decision. We're going to go back as the stewards and owners and admins, and we're going to watch all the races again and the highlights, probably just the highlights. And we're going to take a look and see there's going to be 2 or 3 more drivers, I think, from this series that are going to get an invite to the main series, just because I believe that they have a little bit of the pace.
I don't know what highlights you're going to be watching because there's none on the YouTube channel, but you can make some if you want.
Well, we can make a season finale highlights of.
We can make a season finale highlights. There we go. And look at this. Somebody's out of the pits. Is that Fallen Monkeys? Yeah, it is. Again, another pit stop for him. He's on the soft compound tire. I would presume this would be a fastest lap attempt.
We shall see.
We shall see. The gaps are pretty big right now. All the drivers starting to separate themselves a little bit. Chill Mo has done everything he can, but I think the championship is all about wrapped up unless Scar Logan has some catastrophic end to his race.
Well, Catastrophic's back there in 5th. I think they'll be separated far enough there won't be a problem there. But on a lighter note...
I just meant catastrophic, and I knew you were going to do this.
Oh, had to do it.
I knew you were going to do this.
I've been waiting for 3 weeks to give that one in there somehow. Listen. No, but I have a real question for you guys. Who do you think out of Element, Scar, and Damien, who do you think is going to be most likely to place in the top 5, top 10 in the main series during qualifying matches?
if you got to be honest here, Element 10 has been the most consistent driver in qualifying. Scar Logan he's got special pace at times, and it's really awesome. But if we're talking about pure consistency here, Damien Carroll, of course, not too far off. He's had a few pole positions of his own, but again, Element 10 has shown in and out he's the most consistent, the fastest, and the most talented driver right now in this feeder series. And Element 10, there you go, sets on the fastest lap in this race despite being on used soft tires. It's a 146.1. So I just got to say Element 10, I think, is the best man right now as he heads into the feeder series to capture those podiums and really show really good pace and give a little bit of fight to the top drivers. I think Element 10 is my pick for Faz's man.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Element 10 has shown some phenomenal pace. And considering I've raced against him on multiple occasions, he's really good when it comes to being under pressure as well. As far as Damien Carrero goes, I've watched a couple of races of his, and his consistency is not all there. So I'm thinking it's going to be more along the lines of Element 10 and Scar Logan battling for the top 10 positions.
But Scar Logan has had pretty bad consistency as well in this season. Let's not forget, he's qualified well, but he's had some major crashes and issues. Damien has outscored him pretty well in this season.
I don't remember who's been... none of these guys except Mo and Element have been here every race. Fallen Monkeys has been too.
Scar Logan has been here every race, I'm pretty sure. He was here in the beginning because he was leading the championship at one point before Element 10 came in.
Unbelievable. Yeah, my memory's not what it used to be. I'm 32 years old. Yeah.
We can start a GoFundMe.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Drew's,
we digress.
We digress.
No. Let's show some respect to our elders.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
WSR Voodoo's over here kicking the chair.
Oh man. Oh man.
Where's the bus? Where's the bus?
Oh man.
All right, back to the race, ladies and gentlemen.
Back to the race. What's the race? Element 10's winning the race. He's winning the race.
But he's pulling away again.
19 out. Lap 19 of 22.
Did he just set fastest lap again? Look, here we go. He's going to do it again. Watch, here it comes.
Element 10 is in the lead of this race. There was no formation lap. There was some crazy stuff at the start. We had about half a lap of a virtual safety car and a crash, which decided the championship all in one go. Element 10 is in the final few laps to hopefully be crowned. Well, he will be crowned the WSR Feeder Series champion. It's been a season of class by Element 10. It's been a season of domination, and he's really shown why he's ready to be in the main series. All the drivers have put heart into the feeder series. I gotta tell you guys, I respect the feeder series drivers most because it's been those drivers that have really always been showing up, always dedicated. These guys really want to get into the main series, and they show it week in and week out with their heart and determination. It's a nice little family we've had in the first season of WSR's feeder series. We've had some really awesome drivers. We had some nice drivers. We've had just really respectful racing. Everybody's been very, very modest and chill with each other. And it's been a really awesome season to commentate and to experience with all these drivers as Element 10's on lap 20 of 22. It's just been a really awesome experience as we're about to crown our first champion in WSR.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Noah.
And these drivers will get instant promotions. They won't have to wait, so they can immediately get into the main series. I don't know if they'll be able to make it for tomorrow's race, but we'll have to wait and see. It's the Russian Grand Prix tomorrow for the WSR main series, and if it's going to be anything like the real Russian Grand Prix, well, then I'm going to have a great hour and 10 minutes. That's full sarcasm. As Element 10 is going through the final two laps of this race, getting really dialed in, just keeping it in cruise control, I think. He's only a 1 ERS. There's no point in pushing it. You see me flying in a fluffing under. You're going to be in that Russian Grand Prix. Are you excited for the race?
Go ahead, Fluff. I'll let you take the lead.
Yeah,
on this one.
I know.
How
You used to be
feeling?
flying doesn't like the Russian track.
I'm quite excited about the Russian Grand Prix tomorrow because I'm a little bit faster than Drew, so I'm looking forward to that battle with him.
He's only faster because he's able to cut corners without getting penalties. Anyway, as we have 2 more laps in this race. Element 10 is. And we've said all the praises we can about Element 10. Let's give it to some of the other drivers. Viger, great race for him. He's in second position. He's coming up actually on a back marker that looks to be Fallen Monkeys, and yes, it is. Fallen Monkeys was not ever able to really put in the pace for a fastest lap, unfortunately for him. Scarlogan LPC, he's had consistency issues, but let's give it up to him because he stayed ahead of Chill Mo, and he's kept third position in the championship, and you got to give it to him despite all the struggles he's had, keeping it in the top 3, guaranteed a spot in the main series, and he's got to be quite happy with himself. It was not the best of races it looked to be so far, but he kept it all together and ultimately was able to answer to Chill Mo's call and was able to win win third place in the championship. Chill Mo just outside of that. And boys,
I have to say, Chill Mo has done a really good job this year because we have to think about where he came from about 6 months ago. This is a kid that couldn't get around the track 6 months ago without wrecking the car and totaling it. And I mean, he's a hilarious guy. He's a great kid. He's funny. His laugh is intoxicating. He's hilarious, right? But
Yes,
I have to say, from 6 months ago, he's a different driver, period, hands down. And I enjoy driving with him. I enjoy teaching Mo because he takes the advice, he implements it, and within 6 hours he's able to come back to the same track and pull a fourth with 3 drivers that belong in the main series. And that makes me feel good about what Mo's able to do and put on paper, to be honest with you, because that's the result. The result's on paper, and he's able to take the skills he learns and put them on paper.
but let's ride now with Element 10. He's on his final lap. The champagne bottles are getting ready in the podium room, and the champagne will fly. And Element 10, I don't know if he has a champagne bottle at home. Probably not. But he'll maybe the glass of milk. He'll get out a Indy 500 glass of milk. I'll do that. I would do that.
You would do that, Noah.
I would do that.
I would do that.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, for one, I can't.
I'm with you.
For one, I can't
would
drink.
drink a Red Bull.
For one, I can't drink any champagne regardless. But
Yeah, those headaches aren't fun.
no.
What a race from Element 10.
He's coming around in Sector 3. Element 10, what a season. What a race. It's another win for Element 10. It's been total domination from start to finish. From the first time he was in this series till the end. Element 10 coming around the bus stop chicane. He has put his heart and it has paid off. Element 10 is going to win the race, and he is going to be crowned the WSR Feeder Series champion. He has won the Belgium Grand Prix, and he will move on to the main series. Viger 1990 has a great race. He'll finish in second. Scarlogan LPC, he himself as well, will finish in third position in the championship and move himself up into the main series. Damian Carroll won't be finishing the race, but he will not. But he will move up as well. He's in second position in the championship, but here comes Chill Mo. A great race by him. He put it all on the line, and he will get fourth position. And you got to and I would believe that he will move up as well for sure with some absolutely amazing performances. He's proved to me as well that he is ready for the main series.
Yeah, I tell you what, Chill Mo is going to be crowned the comeback kid in my book because he has come back from a half a season of just inconsistency to where he's at now. much love and much respect to him on and off the track. He is a very respectful person off the track as well. I love talking to him, and I love racing with him. So to see that he's come back this far and he's actually going to be in the main series with us, I look forward to it. I do look forward to it.
Catastrophic will be the last man to come around the track. Catastrophic, he might be in consideration as well. Not a terrible driver by any stretch of the imagination. He's had a few good races as well. Final finishing time for Element 10 was 40 minutes, 29 seconds. And here is Element 10 coming around. He has won the WSR Feeder Series. He is our first champion in WSR, and I'm really happy that I'm able to call that for you, ladies and gentlemen, as here's the podium. It's Scar Logan LPC in third, it's Viger in second, and it is Element 10 who wins the race. He puts that trophy up high, and the champagne flies. It's our first championship done and dusted, and Element 10 is your champion. Damian Carolla in second, and Scar Logan LPC. All three of those drivers guarantee the move up, as that's, oh man, I really wish I had that race suit, but I rage quit after they took away all my rewards from a terrible crash in the game. That's besides the point. It's been,
Oh boy.
it's been an absolutely amazing season, guys, and I've been so happy to call it for you. You see me flying, so thank you very much for calling it with us as well. And Fluffinata, thank you very much as well for joining us. It's always been a pleasure. As there's the final standings, Element 10 wins the race, and he wins the championship. My name is WSRX.
My name is WSR. You see me flying.
And you guys are talking over yourself. And this is the Worldwide Sim Racing. We're signing out from the Feeder Series. Thank you very much, and have yourselves a wonderful night.